Hi everyone, if you're an existing subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome, and why not hit subscribe now? Now for those who don't know, I'm Alicia and I've been interviewing inspirational people and businesses to find out how and why they inspire others. This week, I interviewed Britain's Got Talent semi-finalists, Soldiers of Swing. Here's how it went.
Soldiers of Swing! Oh, I do love a man in a uniform.
Hello and welcome to the channel. If you two could both introduce who you are and what do you do?
I'm Vince Fountain. I work as a recruiter in the Army Reserve. Obviously, sing as well as part of the duo Soldiers of Swing with Lee.
That's me. My name's Lee. I'm the second half of the illustrious duo that is Soldiers of Swing. And like Vince, I'm a recruiter within the Army Reserve as well. Unfortunately, he's my boss, so I've got to be careful what I say.
Oh really? How does that work then on stage if he's your boss in real work?
Yeah, in real work, it's Vince is the boss. So if we have a disagreement, we'll have a discussion about it. He'll put his point across, I'll put my point across, and then we'll agree that he was right. But then on stage, it can be a little bit different. Don't bump heads that very often, do we, mate? But
No, it's a partnership. We're pretty similar in ideas, aren't we, anyway? So.
How did you both get into like singing and performing? Was it something you've done for ages or?
Well, we actually had a bit of a function through work, a squadron function, and there was karaoke on. And I used to sing when I was younger, but then I just sort of do karaoke. Yeah, I just forgot about it and just sang the odd time when I'd had a couple of beers. So I sang a few, Lee sang a few. I said, we should sing together. We tried a few together, and people said it sounded really good. So yeah, it was. I'll let you tell the rest of the story, Lee.
I'd only done really karaoke over the years, just messing about really. I didn't even know I could sing, properly until coming up. Well, it's not even 2 years ago now, but I'd been booed off many times on karaoke. Many times been booed off. But yeah, I mean, as Vince said, we did that squadron function and we sang a few together, and people were coming up saying it sounded really good. So I think it was the weekend after, or maybe the weekend after that, we went down to Cardiff, which is about a 4-hour drive from Sheffield. And by the end of the journey, we'd sort of committed and spent £1,000 on sound kit. So we sort of had to start gigging then to chase his money back. Obviously, being Yorkshiremen, we're quite tight, so we're not going to let that kind of money get away from us, and started a few gigs. I think the first one were a care home, and it was horrific for me personally, because I'd never performed really in public before, especially not without any beers inside me. So I stood, I think, for about an hour, just stood next to Vince, sort of staring at him, wishing he'd hurry up and help me out. And it was just dreadful. I was just sweating and very nervous. And yeah, it was a horrific experience, but funny when I look back on it.
I bet you wish like there was a fly on the wall to kind of see how you were then to how you are now.
I wish I could see what that gig looked like, yeah, just for how funny it would have been.
I remember.
On Britain's Got Talent, you had an amazing reaction. Vince, what were you thinking before you went on stage?
You don't really get much time to think. You sort of rushing about backstage, and we got to watch a little bit of the act who was on before us. It was Steve Royal who was on just before us. Our audition, we did it at the Lowry at Manchester. Yeah, and you sort of plopped backstage, and Ant and Decker there, and you're chatting with them, and then the next minute, you're just having a normal conversation, and then they're like, "You're on," and you're just out in front of the judges, and it's just like you're watching it on TV. It's not real. It doesn't seem real that they're there and you're talking to them.
Well, I bet that is bizarre, like you say, especially with them all of a sudden being in front of you. Lee, were you nervous on the run up to the show?
Strangely enough, no. I kind of expected to be, but I wasn't. No, it was more in the build-up. you know, because we were there sort of so long, I think because of that factor, we were there from pretty much 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was, and I don't think we got on stage until about 6 o'clock in the evening. So I think the nerves had worn out a bit, and I was just more, you know, just eager to get it done and get on there and sort of have a go. But yeah, I mean, fortunately, we've done quite a few gigs in that 14-month period before we went and auditioned, you know, in front of big audiences, and that definitely helps.
Yeah, I suppose practicing and after your care home experience as well.
It's amazing how far you can come in such a short space of time just by sort of throwing yourself into the fire, yeah.
Definitely. So what made you both decide you wanted to go on Britain's Got Talent? Was it over a couple of beers or?
No.
I was really consulted, were I?
Hey?
Did you even consult me?
I did, mate, no, which is sort of a running theme with me and Vince. Vince is more of your cool, calm, collected chap that likes to analyse the situation and make a plan on how to go forward. Whereas I'm the kind of guy who just thinks, it'll be all right on the night, and just throw myself at it without much thinking. Which can lead to a lot of fun experiences. I mean, we went for The Voice. Did we even consult each other with The Voice?
No, you just told me to apply.
So I applied for The Voice originally, and we did quite well with that. We got down to the last 200 out of, you know, thousands of applications. But they decided not to take us through to the live shows, or the blind auditions, as they're called. And then I think it was like a few days after that, we got the call saying they weren't going to take us through. I seen somebody mentioning Britain's Got Talent on one of our sort of musical Facebook groups. So I inquired, told them about what we'd done and who we were. And she says, yeah, that would be, you know, sort of ideal people that they're looking for. So I just applied and signed us up for that. And then I told Vince when we got the first audition, I think.
No, that was
where was that? Did we go to London first?
That were at GMEX at Manchester, I think.
Was it? All right, okay. So yeah, I just kind of chucked us at it, and then it was only when, you know, we'd got a green light from BGT and The Voice that I told Vince. Didn't want to panic him too early on, you know.
So what made you want to sign up? Was it just you thought you both could do it, or what was your thought process behind it?
You know, when I think back on it now, I can't remember. I mean, I'd never dreamt, weirdly, that we'd sort of get as far as we did. Or we have done, should I say. I don't know. Did I have so much confidence in our ability to perform at that level? I don't think I did, no, but I don't know. I just sort of threw it. I just thought, why not? Let's have a go. Like I said, I'm a bit of a slapdash type of guy, so I just thought we'd have a go, like.
It's good though, because if you hadn't, then like you say, you wouldn't have got as far as what you've come. So it just shows that if you don't go for something, then you'll never know.
That's it, yeah. I think if anything, there's a message there to maybe people out there that might be watching and sort of wondering, or even not even discovered that they've got a sort of ability to do something. Just, you know, be open-minded and just have a go. You never know, do you, like you say?
No, you don't. So you both met in the reserves, as you mentioned previously. What does a normal day in your life look like?
Bringing Vince Bruce.
Yeah, like you probably did that on the first day and that was it. It's normally me making them, if anyone now. No, it's good because every day sort of can be different. So, you know, some days we're out and about, you know, engaging with the public and doing community events, outreach recruiting events. Not much of that this year, to be fair, but yeah, and some days we're in the office and, you know, sort of behind the desk, but, you know, we get to go out. We still do the soldiering, military skills type stuff. We're Royal Signals as well, so we do like IT radios, that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of variation on what we do. We can be, you know, teaching 1 minute, you know, interviewing, running about in a field, whatever. It's something different every day. So
that sounds very interesting. So what was your reasoning for joining the reserves instead of like the army as such?
Well, I joined what was the old TA like many years ago, because I wanted to go regular, and I thought I'll try that first to see what it's like, basically. So I did that, and then I ended up going sort of full time, took a posting, and did that sort of through the reserves. Then I went back part time, then full time again, and I've been sort of full time for the last last 7 or 8 years or so. And then Lee was regular before, and he sort of came across to my unit, and yeah, the rest is history. I'll let him tell you his little story, how he joined.
Yeah, I think I joined the full-time army when I was 17. Some guys came into our school, because where I'm from originally is in the North West Yorkshire, really small sort of town, very, very secluded. I didn't get very many, visitors from the outside world, as it were, coming and speaking to you en masse. Like I said, they came into our police soldiers. I seen a guy on there in one of the teams, and I just thought, I really want to be like that guy. He was a PTI in the army. He just looked different to everybody else. He looked like he looked like a real soldier. Do you know what I mean? And I just thought that's sort of who I want to be. So I left home at 17, joined the army, the full time, like I said, and I stayed there for 10 years. Went to Afghan twice, did lots of different things, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think for young lads joining the military is you don't have a taste of the outside world if you join so young. So as you kind of progress through your military career, it can fall into the habit of being used to somebody else sort of taking care of everything for you, like your bills and, all of the outside world troubles and things to deal with. So I kind of never really matured through my 10-year career. Although, like I say, I went to Afghan and did some fairly decent jobs. And looking back on it, a bit of an idiot, really. I left, and I probably shouldn't have done. But having said that, all roads sort of lead to where you are now, and everything's turned out for the best. So I left in 2015, after 10 years. And then weirdly enough, I was working in the beauty industry for 2 years, like beauty products and all sorts of different stuff. I did really well with that. Really, really well with that, actually. But there's just, I think once you've been a soldier, you sort of never leaves you. And I'd settled around the Sheffield area, and I'm not from here originally, so I didn't know anybody apart from those who were within my four walls at home. And I just missed, certain elements of the military, which led me to the reserves. And then I came up here to Sheffield, where we are now, where we work. Met Vince and Co, and I decided that this was sort of the unit I wanted to join, and I've been here ever since.
The beauty industry and being in the army is literally like chalk and cheese. How did you get into the beauty industry?
Well, the relationship I was in at the time, the woman who she sort of introduced me to what this particular company does. Is within the network marketing industry, and I'd never really heard of it before. I'd heard of various companies flying about the unit and throughout our corps, but it just never really interested me. And then, like I say, I sort of got shown something, and I thought, wow, it's either too good to be true. But I'm kind of guy, like I said, quite open-minded, so I just threw myself at it. And within a year, I was that was my goal, really, because I knew I was getting out of the military. So within a year, I wanted to be making enough money that I could leave the military and not have to go and get another 9-to-5 job. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of make enough to get by. Fortunately, which we sort of did okay with. It was a strange experience, but a lot of fun at the same time. A lot of hard work, but got to take care of your skin, haven't you?
You have indeed. Especially now you're on stage. Even
more so now, you know what I mean? Vince, take note.
I've done with that so far.
The old soap on a rope, man.
What has your lives looked like since going on Britain's Got Talent, being successful? Has it changed in any way? Is it still the same?
I think it probably would have been had COVID not been around, but it's kind of been a terrible year, hasn't it, for everything, for almost every industry, especially the arts and entertainment. Really, really been impacted badly with COVID, and that continues to be so as well. So really, I don't know, Vince can speak for himself, but for me, nothing's really changed, apart from the initial attention we got from being on telly and back in May. That died down relatively quickly, obviously, because Britain's Got Talent went away almost as quickly as it arrived, and then came back for the live shows in September. So things kind of didn't really change for me personally.
What about for you, Vince?
Yeah, same sort of thing with the experience. I think with regards to singing, it's changed massively, because that was a big part of our lives, where we used to go out every weekend singing, a couple of times a week at least. So we really missed that. And obviously, to get to the sort of stage where we're at, we've put in so many hours, like rehearsing and going out gigging and up and down on the road, and a lot of work goes into that. But for anybody who wanted to start off now, they couldn't really do any of that stuff until sort of restrictions are lifted. And we're sort of restricted on what we can do, sort of singing live. So that's the big part that I miss. But fortunately, a lot of people are sort of singing online now, and there's a lot of different singing groups on Facebook and things like that people can get involved in and sort of get a bit of practice. Okay, you're singing into a phone, but there's people watching. It's a good opportunity for people to sort of, even though they're just singing to the phone, that there is people watching, so it gives them that sort of confidence, and if people like it and they get that feedback. So that's been one thing that's sort of stepped in, takes away the pain a little bit from not being able to do sort of live appearances in front of an audience, because that's the main thing that I've missed through this.
No, I completely get that. I'm in an amateur dramatic society, and again, that's all stopped. So no, I know the feeling on that one. Obviously, no comparison to Britain's Got Talent, but so have you two still managed to practice and sing together?
Yeah, we're still rehearsing together, because we're working together. So after work or whatever, we'll have a rehearsal. So we have we've been lucky, probably with our jobs as well, that we've been able to sort of be in this same sort of space, and we've been able to carry on that rehearsal time. It's just the performance time's been cut down.
Now, your act is very different as such compared to modern day stuff. You sing swing. How come you went down that route as opposed to the typical pop sort of music?
Well, I've sort of always sang that kind of music. I've sung others as well. I've been in different bands, and we're doing modern stuff when we're together, and go through stuff. And we've occasionally performed other types of music, and we love doing that. But we just thought the swing stuff was we just sound so good together singing it compared to everything else, and it's just kind of different. And Lee'll sort of tell you as well. We're looking, if we can take this further, we'd love to do sort of writer's own stuff and put a modern twist on sort of our classic songs, or a classic twist on sort of new material. So it's just something different to what's being done, I suppose.
No, definitely. So is that where you kind of see your act going in the next sort of 5 to 10 years, that you'll be writing your own stuff and putting that modern twist on it?
Yeah, I'd hope so, yeah. Because we love singing all the old songs. But yeah, it'd be fantastic if we could, bring out new material and put our own sort of stamp on that's different to everything else that's out there as well.
Sounds good. Well done for getting as far as you have done so far in Britain's Got Talent, and I wish you the best of luck. Finally, I have 10 very quick questions for you.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Right, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's go.
Person most likely to forget the words.
100%.
Most likely to get stranded on vacation.
Oh, definitely me, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll go Lee.
Person most likely to go over the top with a prank.
I'll just keep my finger here, because.
Okay, person most likely to be on time.
Oh, that's me. 100%, Vince. Get lost, have a word.
You were late today.
I know, but you're always late.
I am known for it, yeah. But you're bad as well.
I am bad, but you're worse.
Well, judging on today, I'm going to have to say that if I was choosing, I'd choose Lee. Sorry.
Yeah.
Next question.
And based on the evidence so far, definitely.
Who's the better cook?
Oh, hands down.
Who's more likely to embarrass themselves?
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Most likely to win a bet?
Ooh,
That's probably me, just because I gamble more.
yeah, probably you. You know more about that than me.
Who takes longer to get ready?
Oh. See, the thing is, right, that's a tough one, because from start to finish, it's Vince. But yeah, the whole process, it would probably be me. But you see, the thing is about Vince, he'll walk around the house in his boxers and a shirt for about 3/4 of an hour, ironing a pair of trousers, and then he'll get ready. But if he was to just go from, right, we just walked him through the door, we've got 5 minutes to get ready, it's going to be him. But yeah, Vince is a bit of a nightmare for getting ready. Like the other day, for instance, when we went to that gig, I actually called you, didn't you, when we were supposed to be at the Blackies the other day, and you had no trousers on.
I was just putting my trousers on. That's what I was telling you.
I stood outside the pub waiting for you.
Oh no, I feel like I've started something now, sorry.
Well, that sums it up. Like, I'm always there waiting for him, and he's doing his trousers or something. You know what I mean?
It doesn't take me long, but I'd get ready at the last minute. That's my problem.
So Vince is that friend what goes, yeah, I'm just leaving, when really, like, he's just getting ready.
Yeah. Just leaving, and he's just put his trousers on ironing board.
I can't disagree with him.
Next question, who goes to a party just for the food?
Lee loves food, saying, but I don't think he'd go just for the food, but that would be a major factor for you, wouldn't it, I think?
Yeah, it's definitely been something I factored into my decision on going to a party before, whether there's a buffet on.
Love that. And who's the biggest gossip?
I think
I don't think either of us are, really, are we?
I don't think we really are gossips, are we?
No. No, we've got a best friend who's a big gossip, so he's the one in the group.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just sort of sponge our information from him.
Well, that's the end of my questions. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, I hope you really enjoyed that interview. It's so important that if you've tried something and it's not necessarily gone to plan, then to get up and try again. As we heard Soldiers of Swing speak about, the first time when they sung live, they weren't as good as what they are now. However, they got up, they kept trying, and they didn't let nerves get the better of them. Yes, they let nerves get the better of them the first time, but they got through it and they kept going and they persevered. Also, it was interesting when we heard them speak about not getting through on The Voice UK. And again, that just shows that if you get a setback, you get a knockback, then to get back up, try again, keep persevering, and eventually you will make it. If they let not getting through to The Voice affect them, then they wouldn't have gone on Britain's Got Talent, which means they wouldn't have got to the semi-finals. So they've done that, they carried on, they kept going, and look where they are now. You can follow Soldiers of Swing at the links here. If you have someone that inspires you, comment below. I'm always so interested to find out who others find inspirational. Likewise, if you've got an inspirational story to tell, comment below, drop me a message on social media, or even drop me an email. And that goes for anyone who either has a story or knows someone who has a story that can help and inspire others. On Sunday at 4 o'clock, I'll be speaking with the Grey Fox blogger about how he's made it in the blogging industry and how he found a niche in the market for the older generation. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit subscribe. See you all on Sunday. See you later.